first told you about my 13 inspections in a 5-year period. I've also told you about the inspectors I've met along the way, all with their own particular view about how a school should be run. And finally, I told you about our work as a school to have a decision by an Ofsted team to put our school into a category overturned. Over the many years I have been coming to conference, we have always had a policy of opposition to Ofsted, and yet year on year it continues. I thought I had run out of Ofsted stories, particularly as I have not had to endure an Ofsted inspection during the last year. However, I have found a new story, and this one is far more chilling. It's the story of a head teacher, an ordinary head teacher who worked in an average school in an average part of the country. There was nothing outstanding or unusual about the school. He generally got on well with his staff. The numbers on roll had risen from 60 to 400 between 2000 and 2007. He'd been off work during the last year with depression, but was back at work and reported to be doing well. One Monday morning, there was a phone call from Ofsted to tell the head teacher they would be arriving on the Thursday. The head teacher called a staff meeting to tell staff and was said to be upbeat and keen to get the inspection over with before the summer holidays. On Wednesday morning, the head teacher didn't arrive at school. The office manager was anxious, and she phoned a colleague of his who in turn contacted the police. The police arrived at the head teacher's house to find him lying face down dead in his living room. He had shut himself in his flat, closed all the windows and doors, and lit a barbecue in his lounge, allowing the fumes from the coals to poison him to death. The coroner's verdict was that they could not exclude the proximity of the Ofsted inspection. It was that which had triggered off the action he decided to take. A colleague from the school said that the one factor that had changed from the previous inspection, when the school was reported to be doing well, was that test results had fallen. It is a disgrace that judgments are made based purely on the statistical data. We now have a system in place that means those schools in the most challenging of circumstances, who have good teaching and good provision in areas such as fostering pupil well-being, have received inadequate overall judgments based purely on below-average results. Conference, for too long now, we have allowed Ofsted to destroy teachers in schools. Recently, in a newspaper report, a senior union spokesperson was reported to have said that schools in disadvantaged areas might need more help from Ofsted. My school is in a very disadvantaged area, and I can assure Conference and the leadership of our union that my colleagues from school think that we need far less help from Ofsted. Our executive and the leadership of our union to take the decision this year to actually do something to bring about change. We have listened to work-led stories galore. We have heard about stress, the madness of the school curriculum and the problems it causes for staff and pupils alike. Conference, many of these things are in place and are reinforced by Ofsted. How often do members say to you that they are doing things because of Ofsted? How much of this additional workload is created by schools because they are constantly on Ofsted alert? How many initiatives which we are told are optional are forced upon schools under the guise that Ofsted will expect them to be doing it? So Conference, I really don't want to have to look for another Ofsted story for next year, and I'm really hoping not to have an inspection. So let's make this the year that the NUT finally takes on and defeats Ofsted.